Well, after the quarterfinal win over Grandview, we're now here with Baker University head women's basketball coach Ben Lister as the Wildcats prepare to take on rival MNU Friday night in the semifinals. First off, Coach, I want to talk about the big day you guys had a few days ago with all the all-conference awards. First off, congrats on your third Hart Coach of the Year award, and you also had another Hart Player of the Year in Kelsey Larson. But break down what that meant to you to have all of those awards.
I'm very proud of the representation of our players. Anytime that you can get 4 kids on an all-conference team, whether it's first, second, or even honorable mention, to have a representation of 4 of your 5 starters, it says a lot about the success you guys have had as a program, not just the individuals. So for us, I was very, very proud to see all those kids represented. We might have even deserved to have a couple of those kids maybe a little bit higher, but we're a very balanced team, so none of us are complaining. None of us I feel like we have a team where the kids are about what they get individually anyways. They're all very humble kids, and some of them I think were even caught off guard by the fact that they got nominated where they got nominated. So proud of them. I was extremely proud of Kelsey winning Player of the Year. Statistically, we felt like it might have been an uphill battle with some of the other players that are up for Player of the Year, and there's some very, very good players in our conference, and with 14 teams, there's a lot of players to choose from. Kelsey wasn't even in the top 15 in scoring, but her impact was felt on both ends of the floor for us. She played better in big games for us against the top 5 teams in the league, and her numbers represented that. And we made sure to point that out. But she's been the heart and soul of this team as far as just her consistency. She's been our go-to player down the stretch in big games. Her game at William Penn where she scored 17 in the second half and hit the game winner, pretty much put the team on her back, was one of those indicators of what she was able to do when the moment was big, and she played big in those moments. So set the school record for 3-pointers made in a game. She dropped 30 in a game. Just did a really, really nice job. I was really proud of Jess Weifel as a sophomore. She didn't even start until January 9th, but played phenomenally down the stretch, and just really grew as a player. There's a big reason why we've been undefeated over the last 13 games. Her shooting percentages have just skyrocketed during that stretch. Her assist-to-turnover ratio is in the top 3 in the conference. She led the conference at one point in 3-point field goal percentage. And so, she's just done a great job, and she's only a sophomore. Very proud of Kenzie Cook stepping up and having a tremendous senior year. Again, another kid that didn't play much her first 3 years, waited her turn behind Macy Wallish, and then exploded on the scene this year. Probably will graduate as our all-time leader in field goal percentage on offense, and is leading the team in that category this year, just very efficient. And then Sydney Bushell, who I think is maybe our most underrated player with all the different things she does on the floor. Had an outstanding senior year as well, and just does so many things for us that don't get noticed. I felt like she's one of the best defenders in the league. You talk about a 5'11" kid that's in the top 3 in the conference and block shots per game. She can guard multiple positions, and honestly, her shooting percentage is over 53% as well, so she's very efficient. The biggest story with those 4 kids is they were all off the radar last year. Kelsey was probably our highest rated player in that group. She was honorable mention all conference, and this year she's Player of the Year. And Bree Garza a few years ago had the same pass. She was honorable mention her junior year and became Player of the Year. So I'm very, very proud of how our kids step up. And when it comes to their chance to shine or to play at the level we need them to play at, we seem to keep having kids step up and do that. We lost 3 2-year starters last year, and this group has just found a way to be everything that group was last year and more right now at this point as far as overall record and winning the conference. So that all comes from those kids stepping up and playing that level. Mackenzie Cook, went from a backup for 3 years to second team all conference. Jess Weifel was a backup as a freshman. She's second team all conference. Sydney was the only starter for us last year that didn't receive all-conference recognition, and she was able to do that this year. So very proud of those kids. It says a lot about how they develop in our program and how hard they work to get better and really try to improve their games, and we're very, very proud of all of them, as we are all of our players. We probably had other kids that maybe deserved recognition that had similar stats, but you got to draw the line somewhere. Very proud of the group and what they've accomplished so far, and those 4 in particular.
Well, now you move on to the Hart semifinals. Your team's won 14 straight games. You've captured a conference championship, now the number 1 seed. But the teams and games will get tougher. Now you've got a rival in the defending national champion Mid-America coming in Friday. Looking for the season sweep. You beat them pretty handedly by 25 here in Baldwin City, and then had a little bit tougher time in Olathe. But what are your expectations of Mid-America coming in here on Friday?
I can tell you, we've seen them a lot over the last 2 years. It'll be the 7th time we played them in 2 years, which is crazy to think about. Mid-America, they are what they are. They're a very proud program with a history of a lot of success. They showed up against Clark and won last night. Clark's a very good basketball team. They're 5-0 against Clark and William Penn. I think they're in position to put themselves in the conversation to be at the national tournament, and this game will be huge for them in determining that. So, we expect a team that's fighting for their playoff life to come in here and play their rival and have a chance to end our conference tournament part of our schedule. So it's gonna be a heck of a game. I really expect Mid-America's best effort. I think that they are a team that has the ability to show up and play very, very well. They've had some inconsistency over the last 10 games, but they are who they are. This is Baker. It's at Baker. It's the conference tournament. Their energy levels will be higher. Their intensity level will be higher. They know it's at stake. So do we. For whatever reason, when you have two good programs, we seem to continue to find ways to meet each other multiple times throughout the year. It's been the trend over the last few years. We probably played them more than we played anybody else. And that's just a sign of both of us making deep runs into the postseason and finding ways to meet each other in those situations. So I'm excited about it. I know our girls are as well. It's great that we can host. Our girls earned that. Our girls were the most consistent team in the conference this year throughout the year and deserve to be at home for these games. And so I think the environment will be great. I think playing Mid-America, obviously, they're going to bring a nice crowd, which is going to make it even better. And we're looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun to play in. Our kids are having a lot of fun playing right now. And I think that shows in the way that they're performing on the court. And so we'll be ready to go. They'll be excited about it. I don't think there's going to be any pressure on us to come out and do anything other than what we've been doing all year. And our kids have a lot of confidence in that, believe in themselves, and we're just having a lot of fun as a staff and as a team and really enjoying where we're at right now. So we'll prepare today for a very, very good opponent, a team that I think is underrated. I think a team that's capable of coming in here and winning. And our girls realize that, and our girls play every game like they're capable of losing if they don't show up. So should be a heck of a game. We're looking forward to a great crowd. Had a really good crowd last night. Just want to say how proud I am of the way the fans showed up and gave us that extra energy. That showed up in the fourth quarter when we really turned it on and started playing well. And Friday night should be a great atmosphere also. It's a chance again to play our rival one more time this year and keep our postseason going and hopefully win the conference tournament, which is something we haven't done, I think, in our school's history. So with all the success we have, this is one of our second goals of our 3, and we want to go out there and give our best effort and make sure we're ready to go.
Well, thank you, Coach. We will see you and all of Baker Nation Friday night at 7.
Sounds good. Thanks.